Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. We got Malik Miller here. What is the night? I'm Wilson Tarpey Jr. The Washington Wizards, we know they're in the midst of this road trip. It's their longest road trip of the year. This was the second to last stop on it. We'll go ahead and give you guys just a quick little rundown of what this road trip has looked like. Despite it being 7 game road trip, they haven't played 7 teams because the first two stops, they played the same team twice. We saw them with a wild escape against the Raptors. Then they fell to the Raptors. They fell to the Pistons in their first matchup with Detroit. And then we saw their big finish against the Pistons. They followed that up with the Jordan Poole game winner against the Nuggets, where in that game we saw every member of this year's draft class make important contributions in that one. And then tonight is one of the things that happened on road trips. Just didn't look like they had it at all tonight in this one. Simply put, they fell to the Trailblazers 112-97. Malik, want to start with you? Just your thoughts on tonight's game and maybe where things went wrong for Washington.
With all still having Marcus Smart out, be out, a lot of the key guys that put the points into the scoreboard, ball into the basket, they just got beat today. It goes to Portland Trailblazers being a better team and being more ready to win now. They were able to come out the half, being down. Wizards came out the half, being down 10 points, left the third quarter being down as much as 20 points. You can't win games like that. It took up until 3 minutes or 4 minutes left in the third quarter for the second player for the Wizards to reach double figures. At this point, the Portland Trailblazers already had 4 guys reach double figures, with one guy having 20 points at that. You can't put the ball in the basket. You just can't look to win games or to carry a lot of momentum when the guys on your team just aren't doing the things they need to do. Solid today with 20 points, 4 rebounds, but that's just not enough. We had Jordan Poole finish with 9 points. He only played 11 minutes, 3 for 6. Chris Middleton played the first 11 minutes. After that, he didn't receive any more playing time with scoring the first 4 points of the game. Honestly, they just got to play defense. They got to be more hungry to want to rebound. These things that they're doing right now is just not going to get them a lot of wins.
Yeah, it was just a tough one for them tonight. 7 game road trips are grueling. There's no excuses for it, but they can't play defense the way they play defense tonight, and they can't turn the ball over the way they turn the ball over tonight. You highlighted some of the folks tonight who didn't play a ton of minutes. I'm sure some of it might have been just it's a long road trip. Some of it was some folks just didn't start the game well. Then the game got away from them, and then we saw a lot of youngsters get an opportunity to get minutes tonight. The ageless one, Anthony Gill, got 21 minutes tonight. Just usually a nice barometer is if he's getting 20, 20 plus in a game, usually means some folks usually aren't on the court. They typically are on the court. It's not a knock on AG at all, but he's here in a very, very, in a support role. We saw Tristan Vucevic get 13 minutes tonight. Champagny got his normal dose, maybe a little less. Kobe Jones got 25 minutes. Jalen Martin got 28 minutes. We're used to youngsters getting minutes on the Wizards, but this wasn't even their normal group that got extensive minutes tonight. Like Sarr only had 22 minutes. Key only played 20. Bub, that 25 for Bub's about normal. He did not have a great game. In this one, he wasn't alone. But yeah, for Washington, I'm anxious to see how they bounce. If they're able to bounce back with that last road trip, with the last game in the road trip being in Utah on Wednesday. What's kind of, I think the thing that's a little disappointing is they're coming off back-to-back wins. Would have loved to see them continue that and move that to 3 consecutive wins. That said, credit to the Blazers for what they got done tonight. Anthony Simons was on one, 30 points. This was Shaden Sharp didn't do what he did the last time these two teams played. He only had 16. Danny Avdia, when they were here in DC, I want to say a month or two ago, he got hurt in the first quarter of that game. This time, he was able to finish the game out. You saw just a little bit of what he brings to the table. I think everybody in Washington knows. Man, stuffs the stat sheet, 15, 6, couple assists, whatnot. Donovan Clingan with 11 and 13 for the Blazers. It was a good night for Portland doing what they needed to do. Just turnovers really was the biggest thing for me. It was we talked about this all year long. There's certain boxes the Wizards can't afford now to check. Taking care of the ball is one of those boxes. It's going to be a long night. They were very competitive with points in the paint, but points conceded off turnovers, 20-8. That's almost it right there. They did get to the line 12 times, but we saw them get to the line a lot more. Literally the other night against Denver. So for Washington, you just want to see them continue the success they had. Anxious to see if they're able to bounce back, like we said. Who'd you have for player of the game, though, Lee?
Simmons, I'm gonna say 30 points. I'm gonna say you can't beat a 30-point game. Beating the Wizards team when you come in, you play the Wizards. If team the best player for the other team, if he can put the ball in the basket 4 or 5 more times than normal, he's probably going to get 30 points that day. I'm gonna say Simmons did a great job efficiently scoring the ball all three levels, getting the ball to the open guys, making plays happen for his team.
Yeah, no argument for me. He While the last couple times they've played, he scored. He hadn't had this type of an efficient night. We saw Shaden and other folks step up. Have been,
Hmm.
I think the last time was Shaden, Scoot, somebody else off the bench. 10 and 17 on the floor for Simons and 5 of 11 for deep, like you said, all three levels plus 21 in this one. Um, and that speaks to the resistance or the lack thereof from
One
Washington.
turnover.
Like you said, and one turnover. He was way too comfortable. Way too comfortable. I mean, you can't let good players in this league get comfortable. They get comfortable usually in for a long night, and that's exactly what that was. As a team, um, not that many people on the Blazers shot incredibly well. He did, and that's why he ended up with 30 points. Scoot struggled from the floor mightily in this one. Blew up Reese. He was 5 of 11 for the floor. Denny was 5 of 11. Klingon 5 of 9.
Hmm.
Resistance, just a lack thereof for Washington in this one, and hope we see them bounce back in Utah. Just from that standpoint, the effort on defense needs to be much better than it was in this one. X factor for you.
X Flagger Klingon, 11 points, 13 rebounds. His fourth or fifth double double of the year. Coming in a rookie campaign, being able to be a bruiser, an aggressive guy, especially on the Wizards team that's right now going on that road trip that they're going on, that 7 game slate. Being able to just demoralize them. We come on the show and talk about them rebounding every other game, things of that such. And he came in today and he knew couldn't rebound, so he grabbed 13 of them himself, six on the defensive end and 7 on the offensive end.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that one either. His presence was felt. We saw in that last game. I know you mentioned Sar continued. I think it was 34 against the Nuggets, 20 in this game. It wasn't the same type of impact. There was a force, a different feeling coming out of the Nuggets game from Sar's performance in this one. Yes, he did have 20 points. He didn't have the impact he had in that game against Denver, especially on the defensive end. Clinging, like you, hey man, he was drafted to do one thing: be the man in the middle for them, and he did that tonight quite a bit. Plus 18 for him. So you plus 21 for Simons, plus 18 for Klingon, who was X Factor, and that'll do it. But for Washington on this trip, so let me go back again. Let me get this.
They got to shoot the three ball better too. Like coming at 18, shooting around 18%, I think at halftime. There's some
Yeah,
three.
it was a
Can't
rough.
Yeah, you can't win games like that. You just shooting 3 for 16 from the three ball. Yeah, 18% at halftime, going down 10 points. You can't shoot the ball like that and try to create separation. Try to create continuing to be competitive in basketball games.
Yeah, in a lot of those boxes that we've been talking about all year,
Oh
when they're
yeah.
not checked, sometimes they affect each other. You talk about the 3 points, them struggling to shoot the ball. What compounds things and makes things even worse is when you're turning the ball over, losing possessions. So you're not making shots that you should, typically you make, and then you're turning the ball over and other teams capitalizing. But again, it's this year has been the type of year it's been. There's
Mhm.
no need to harp on it to a larger degree. We will catch up with you guys Wednesday night after the game against Utah. I appreciate y'all.